Okay, welcome to Datawise Discovery channel. Today we are going to see about generic view in Django. Okay, so generic view is nothing but the high level of abstraction. Okay, so and it is used for faster development and maintainability. Okay, so for implementation of generic view, first of all we'll create the new app in our existing project. Okay, so we will just make an additional project. So I'm going to just go inside this project, and if I do ls and if I do python manage.py stat app, and I'm going to give the name of the app as generic app. Okay, so after that I guess the app is created. What is that app? So it is wrong over here. So I'll do app and then I'll hit enter. So it will create me the new app. Okay, so it has created me this generic app. So first of all I'll close all this thing. Let me close into closer, and I'll go to the settings.py. Over here what I need to do is in the installed app, so it is in this installed app, I'm just going to write my name of the app, that is generic app. Okay, after that I'll go inside, let's say views.py. Where is views.py? So I don't need this, so I'll go to views.py, and over here so I'll save something about a generic view. Okay, so a generic view is nothing but it provides high level of abstraction. Okay, so it hides the internal implementation of the code. Okay, so it provides the high level of abstraction and used for faster development and maintainability. Okay, so if we want to make our development process faster, we use this generic view. Okay, so there are a lot of inbuilt views. Okay, so there is first known as template views. At second there is something known as list views. Okay, list view only. So at 3 there is known as update view. At 4 there is something known as create view. At 5 there is delete view. Okay, so in this video what we will do is we will implement the CRUD operation using the generic app. Okay, so we will do the same thing what we have previously done in our CRUD video, but over here we are using the um, generic view. Okay, so if that thing is clear, so let me go to the templates and let me make a new folder over here. So I'll call it as a templates. Okay, so inside the templates I'm going to create a new file called index.html. Over here I'll do shift 1 and I'll link this with bootstrap. Okay, So in order to link this with Bootstrap, what you need to do is go over here and just type Bootstrap. Okay, so go to the docs and go to the download. Just copy this line of code, go over here below this, just paste it. Okay, so we have seen this many times, so it should be clear that we need to bring these two lines of code from Bootstrap. Okay, so after that what I'm going to do is create a container. Okay, so let me first of all create a container. So div dot container, inside the container there will be the row. Okay, so after that there will be the column, and inside this I'll make a main div. Okay, so inside this what I'm going to say is, let's say this is going to be generic view student. Okay, so after that what I'm going to do over here is, let's say I'm going to create a table, and in order to create a table let me try to show this information quite nice. For that I'll use the Bootstrap class. Okay, so it is going to be the text center alert, and let's say I'm going to give alert info. Okay, so after that I need a table over here, so I'll bring the table from the Bootstrap. So let me go over here and let me bring the table. Okay, so let me copy this code, bring the table and just paste it over here. Okay, so after this what I need to do is go inside my views.py, and let me remove this comment also over here. Okay, so let me go to the views.py and let's create the index view, and it will not bring from this view. Okay, so it will bring from template view. Okay, so it is not recognizing this template view because we need to import it from Django dot views dot generic. We need to import template view. Okay, so once we have uh, inherited this template view in our index view, then we can just render this code. Okay, so now we are going to see the power of a generic view. Okay, so where if we want, what file we want to show, we just write template name. Okay, so you need to write the template name, and we need to show this html index.html. Okay, so that's the thing over there. Okay, so after that I need to go to the urls.py. First of all I'll create, oh no, let me do this thing, not inside the app. I've created this generic app, I need to work over there, so I'll just close it. That thing inside this generic app, what I'm going to do is create a new file known as urls.py, and for this what you need to do is from Django.urls we need to import the path and url patrns patrons. We will show at path what was the name of my function, so name of my class, so it was index view, and we have already seen this as p in our next one. Okay, so as view, okay, we have already seen this. and we want to provide the name as index. Okay, so it is not getting that index view, so for that from dot views we need to import, let's say we want to import all the things. Okay, so let me do this. So I need to go to the project label urls, and over here what I need to do is path, let's say that's is going to reside in genre, and I'm doing include and generic app dot urls. Okay, so the name of the app is generic and it is present in this urls.py. let me first of all run this program. So python manage.py run server. After this let me go to this link, and it is showing me not this, it's so I should go to the generic. Okay, so let me go to the generic. So it is showing me this a table. Okay, so which we have placed it in index.html, so it is correctly bringing me that table over here. Okay, so up to now all the things are okay. So we have used our generic power of generic view in this views.py by importing from this django.views.generic. okay, so we have seen this template view. Okay, so it is used for showing the html to the front end. Okay, okay, after that I'm going to make some changes over here. So let me do that changes. First of all, over here in my front end I want edit and update also. Okay, so over here what I want is let's say serial number, full name, age, email, and then update and delete. Okay, so for that what I need to do is go to my index.html. over here what I'm going to provide is I want the serial number, so let me do serial number. Okay, s dot n dot. Okay, serial number, and the second column is going to be the full name. This one is going to be the age, let's say this one is going to be the email, and let me just copy from the one. Okay, so I need two more. The two more is nothing but let's say the is update, and the last one is going to be the delete one. Okay, so the last one is going to be the delete one. Okay, so I'll just do delete. Okay, so after that I'm going to see whether this is okay. This is now working correctly. Okay, so after that what I need to do is this one is for serial number, this one is for first name is let's say 24, and over here there is email, so let's say mark @gmail.com, and let's say td is let's say I'll write it as edit itself. Okay, so td I'll provide it as delete. Let's see how it is showing. Okay, now it's showing update and delete. After that what I'm going to do is remove all these rows. Okay, so I'm going to remove Zach and Larry board. Okay, so for that I'm going to collapse these two, and I'm going to remove these two from my HTML file. So I'm just getting this update HTML. Okay, So after that, what I'm going to do is go over here, go to my website, and from cdngs, I'm going to open this website, and over here I'm going to search for font awesome. Okay, so copy this link, just copy it, come to your index.html file, and let's say below this, just paste it. Okay, so I have just pasted it over here. So after that, you need to go to the font awesome website. For that, type font awesome. Okay, so what is this font? AWESOME awesome. Okay, after that, go to this website. So over here you need to click on this search icon. So search for, let's say I want the edit button. Okay, so I'll choose this one. So I'll just do copy. Let's say I want to copy it, so it's copied. I'll go over here in my edit, in front of it. I'll just bring it over here. That's so now, so that edit symbol over here. Okay, now it is showing the edit. For delete also, I'm going to bring the trash one. Okay, so go over here and just do trash and search it. Over here I'm going to bring the first one, so I'll just copy it and I'll just paste it over here, and I hit and I enter space bar. Okay, so there is one space over here. So let me now check it how it's looking. Let me go over here. Now I don't need this font awesome. Also this also I don't need now, so I don't need this one also now. So here is this, and delete also. Okay, so I want to make it look more nicer. For that, what I need to do is I'll just add the button. Okay, so button, inside the button, what I am going to give is class btn danger. Okay, so danger, and I am going to bring this closing of this button to Control X at front of this delete button. Okay, so I'm just bringing it over here. Same thing I'll do above. So let me do that. Control C, Control B. Let's say update is going to have the success one, and this button, let me also copy it and just set it over here. Let me now go to over here. Let me see. So delete is working perfectly, but update is showing me some error. Why is that error? So let me see button. So it is being closed over here. Okay, so I need to remove this button. So now if I do now refresh, so it should show me this edit and delete button. Okay, so now up to now this thing is good. Now what I want to do is change a little bit over here. Okay, so inside the div alert and alert info, I've already changed it. Okay, so let me just say alert info, and below this also let me make the s2 tag, and let's say this is a Django generic base class CRUD operation. Okay, so we are going to do the CRUD operation using the generic class, so I'm writing that. And below this one also, I'm also going to make the one button. Okay, so BUTTON button, so I'll say add students, and in front of this I'm going to provide the class, let's say btn primary. Okay, so in front of this add student, I'm also going to bring from the font awesome. So let me go over here, let me again search for font awesome and go inside over here, just search it. And let's see, just search for add ad. Okay, so I'm going to bring this symbol. Okay, so add this button, that I copied that thing, and just I'll do just paste it over here. Let me see how it looks now. Let me now again close this font awesome. Let me now refresh. Okay, so it is showing me generic crowd operation and this add student button. Okay, so it is not looking that nice, but it is okay for now. Okay, so after that, what we want to show the user is that we want to first of all create the table in our database. Okay, so in order to create the table in our database, we need to work in models.py file. Over here we're going to make one class known as detail. It is going to inherit from models.model, and over here we're going to, let's say, name character field, max length is going to be 50, and let's say age is going to be models dot integer field. Okay, so after that we also have that email also. Okay, so models dot email field. After making these models.py, we do two magical steps, that is python manage.py make migrations, python manage.py make migrations. Okay, so and we will do just migrate python manage.py and then migrate. Okay, so it is showing me some error. Okay, manage.py migrate. Okay, so this have been migrated. Okay, after that we are going to use the forms.py, which we have previously seen in order to create our form. Okay, so for that, what we have also previously done is inside our app we created forms.py. Okay, so we have created forms.py. Okay, so after that we're going to do something known as from Django. We are going to import what is known as forms. Okay, and from dot models we are going to import the model which we have just made. Okay, so that is the detail. So we are going to make one class. Okay, so class in order to create the form also, so detail form, so we'll provide the name of the model first and then form, then we're going to write it at forms dot model form. After that we are going to use the class meta. Okay, so in the meta, where we are going to bring our where we are going to send our mm, data to. We are going to send our data to the details. Okay, so what fields of this detail you want to show in the form? So I'll say now I want to show all the fields of the form in my that form page. Okay, so after that what I'm going to do is, okay, I have created the form. So after that I'm going to go inside this index.html or form.html. okay, so I'm going to create new form.html. For that what I'm doing is I'm just going to copy this index.html, okay, and make one new file over here. So just I'll name it form.html and I'll just paste the code. So I don't want this table. Okay, so in form.html I don't want this table. I don't think I want this button also. Okay, control X. I don't want this generic CRUD operation also. So in place of a generic view student I'll just write it update. Okay, so after that update student, let me provide the column as 10. Okay, so column is 10. Let me bring this in the middle also. So for that what I can do is, let's say mx auto. Okay, so I need to create a form. For that I need to write the form over here, and we need CSRF token and the form. Okay, so control Z FORM form over here. Okay, so let me now go to my views.py and just make some changes over here. So let me, for this we need to create the view. Okay, so for that I will create a, I'll import the new class that is going to say me the create view. So we are going to create the view now. At below this we are going to write the class and we are going to say create form. Okay, so we are going to import it from create view, and we will say the template name is going to be the form.html. so we want to show this HTML file, and the form class we want to bring is detail form. Okay, so I think we need to import this detail form now. So from forms import, what was there, detail form. Okay, so detail form. So after that where do we want to send this data? We want to send this data to detail model. Okay, so we want to send this to detail. So again we need to import from models, from dot models input detail. After that, after saving this data to this model, where do we want to route our user? Okay, so we want to route our user to success URL. Success URL is going to be the generic. Okay, so the success URL is going to be the generic. Okay, so after that what we need to do is, let's say, let me show you first whether this is working or not. For that what I have done is I need to go to urls.py and just this is at project level, so let me go to the generic level listing. So let me say path, and this is create. Okay, so I'm just writing create comma create form dot as, let's say view, name is going to be the create. Okay, after that I'm going to run my server, check whether this is running as expected or not. So python manager py, I'll just do run server. After that, so there is a problem. So models.fields, either the fields attribute exclude is prohibited. So where is this problem coming from? Let me go to the models.py, forms.py. So let's say model or models. I guess models. Okay. So let me do Control C. Let me just run the server. So it is working now. Okay. So if I now click over here, let me go to the generic one first. Okay, so it is working perfectly. So now inside that generic we have created something known as /create. Okay, so now it is showing you some error. So model form has no class specified. So let me go over here. So inside this we are getting some errors. So value error, model form has no forms dot model field. So forms dot model form, that's good. Digital form is also good. So why it is model form has no model class? Model form has no model class specified. Okay, I should not do this one over here. I guess not a problem. I guess what's the problem? Okay, over here I have made changes. Okay, so this is not models but model, and this is not the field but fields. Okay, so after that if I run the server and go to this create, okay, so I am getting this form. Okay, so if we want to make this form looks more nicer, then we can just go to the forms.py. Okay, so you can provide the widgets. Okay, so widgets widgets, and it's going to be, first thing is going to be the name, and it is going to be forms.text input. Okay, so inside the bracket you need to provide the attributes, and the attributes I'm going to provide is a class form control. Okay, so after that this is going to look a little bit nicer. Okay, so if I do refresh now, again it is showing me the error. I need to close the server and I need to run it again. So if I now do refresh, so it is showing me this nicer. Okay, so if I want to show all of this, then I can just do is, let's say forms dot integer field, forms dot integer field, integer field, and attribute is going to be the class form control. Okay, so and the email is going to be the forms dot email input. Okay, so for that, forms dot email input, and attribute is going to be the class form control. Okay, so after that you will get this nicer looking page. So it is again showing the error. Let me just do control C and let me run the server again. So now if I just do refresh, now it should show me. Okay, it is not showing me. Why? Has it got the unexpected ATTRS? It's good, it's good. I don't think there is any problem over here, but why it is showing me this error? ATTRS forms.email field, and this is going to be the attribute class form control. This is good. Okay, so this is going to be the number field. Okay, so this is not integer field, this is going to be the number input input. Okay, so after that if I do refresh, I need to do run server again. So control C, I'll run my server. Now if I come over here and if I just do refresh, now it is looking a little bit nicer. Okay, so we have brought it in the middle also. So mx auto, let me make this container look little bit nicer. Okay, so for that I'll go to the forms.py. Inside this container I'll just write alert and then alert success. Okay, so after that if I do refresh over here, now we will get like this page. Okay, so it is looking little bit nicer but not very beautiful, but we are okay with it. Okay, so after that what we need to do is, now we have made the user the form. Okay, so we have made this form so user can enter their value over here, and I need to create that submit button also. Okay, so I'll create that submit button later, but for now I will work on this views.py. I'll go inside the views.py and let's say I'm going to create a template form. View model is going to be the detail. This is good. Index.html also good. So I'm going to change it to list view. Okay, so I'm going to change this one to, let's say, list view, but I'm going to let me first create that form submit button also. Okay, so let me do that first. Let me create the button type is going to be submit, and value is also going to be the submit, and I'll put over here MIT submit. Okay, let me see whether this will work or not. So it is coming over here. So after that what I can do is I can make it look more nicer. So let me do class btn success. Okay, so I'm providing it as success. Let me again do the refresh. After that I'm getting this beautiful looking submit button. So after that what I'm going to do is just provide over here method is going to be method. Let me just enter method is going to be the post one. Okay, so we have made our site. Okay, so after the success, where do we want to take our user to? So we want to take our user to URL success. I guess we have already said it through that success URL. Okay, so let me put some data over here. Okay, so let me put my own name and let me put the is, and let me hit the submit button. Okay, so I don't think it is taking that data. I don't know why. So over here, what we have done is, let's say we have given this button. Okay, let me go back over here. Okay, let me go to generic and let me fix something. Okay, so let me go to generic, and while clicking this add students, I need to go to that create one. Okay, so for that I'll make this, I'll go to the index.html. Where is that add students? Add students, I guess this is my add student. So I'll make this as URL button. Okay, so I'll start the anchor tag. I'll just gonna do Control X and I'll just do Control B. Okay, so after that I'll write it as URL. I have given the URL name as create. So if I do now refresh, if I now click on this, I'm going to that button. Okay, so if I write my name, let's say team, and let's say 23 and team at the rate gmail.com. If I hit now submit button, so it is showing, it is going to that success URL. Okay, so whatever we have provided in our success URL, after hitting that submit, it is going to this page. Okay, let me show you whether that data is being stored in our database or not. Okay, so it is successfully stored in our database also. So we need to show the data that are present in my database in that table. Okay, so I need to show that thing in my table. So for that, what you need to do is do a little bit of changes in your, a little bit change. Okay, so for that you need to use what is known as list view. Okay, so we need to list these the content that are present in our database. So we are going to use the list view over here. I am just going to provide you the list view, and instead of template view, what I'm going to just say is I'm going to change it with list view. Okay, so after that I'm going to provide the name of the model from where we are going to bring our data. So that's going to be the detail. And let's say what is our template name. We have already provided it as index.html. And after that, what do we want to pass the data? So we need to give it as, so context object name. So we want to pass this detail, whatever objects that are present in that detail. Okay, so it's a table. So we have previously done, how we have done that is like this. Okay, so we have previously in our function based view, we have to write it like this. Okay, and details dot objects, detail dot objects dot all. Okay, so we have done previously like this, and we have passed this context in the form of a dictionary. Okay, but for now in our case, what we will do is context object name is going to be the data. Okay, I hope this is clear. So after that, what I'm going to go is inside the index.html. I need to start that for loop. So for that, I'll go below this table body and I'll start for loop over here. So I'll just write for I in, so I have passed it as data. Okay, so after that I'm just going to remove this from here, Control X, and I'm just going to paste it over here. So over here, let me remove this space also. Okay, so over here I'm just going to give as I.id in the name of Mark. I'm going to just provide the I.name over here. I'm going to provide it as I.age. That's good. And over here it is present in my I.email. Okay, so up to here I think it is good. So if I do now refresh, so I have not run my server, I guess. So I'll just do Control C and I'll just run my server. Okay, so I guess I gave an extra comma over there, so I need to go to the views.py. So I'll just remove this comma from here. Okay, so now if I do now refresh, so it is showing me the data that is present in my database. Okay, so I'll go to the add student. I'll, let's say Tom. Okay, so Tom is let's say 35, Tom 1 at the rate gmail.com. Okay, so if I click the submit button, so it is showing me the data of this Tom also. Okay, we have just, what we have done, we have done create and a read operation. Okay, read operation is by showing in this table, and this create operation we have done using this form. Okay, we have used this list view also. Okay, now we will now move on to the update view. Okay, so in order to do some update, what you need to do is go inside your views.py. Inside the views.py you do the class, let's say class. So up to now what we have done is we have changed this path, and inside the views.py we have provided this. Okay, so class update view, and we have done all these things. Okay, so after that what we were doing was inside this index.html I have provided this anchor tag over here, and I have provided this the closing of this anchor tag over here. Okay, so after now if I go to my website, let me go back. Let me, if I do click edit, so it will not find that update.html. For that I need to create a new file known as update.html. Okay, so inside the update.html I'm going to bring everything from my forms.html. Okay, so Control C, I've copied it. So inside my update.html I'm just going to paste it. Okay, so after pasting it, what I'm going to do is from index.html I also need to pass the id. So I.id, that's going to go in my urls.py. Inside this urls.py it's going to go inside this update form, it is going to render this update.html file over there. Okay, so I think it is okay for now. Let me see. Okay, so let me see that thing now. Let me click on this edit button. So I need to run the server again, I guess. So it is running. So what's the problem? If I click on this edit, so I need to change, where did I change that anchor tag? I need to change it in index.html. Okay, so did I change it over here? Yep, button, that's okay. So there is update id, so it should, oh no, that's td, this td needs to be at front. Okay, control x and control v. Okay, so I'll close this over here. So now if I now do refresh, and if I click on this edit now, so I'm getting this update view student form. Okay, so if I update this team information, let's say team updated, and if I hit this submit button, then the information of the team will be updated. Okay, we have seen this updated also, so we have done the update thing also. Okay, so after that we are going to implement how to delete the things from my database. Okay, so for that, what I need to do is go inside my views.py, and in generic I am going to import delete view. Okay, so for deleting the view, I'll make the class as, let's say, I think you have already guessed it. Okay, so class will be delete form. Okay, so this is going to bring from delete view, and the model is going to be the detail. So it is going to access the information that is going to, and that are present in my model detail. And after deleting the things, I'm going to say the success URL is going to be the generic one. Okay, so after that, what I need to do is go inside my urls.py, and over here I need to do path for delete also. So for the delete also, I need to bring that primary key. Okay, so int, and this is going to be the primary key, and let's say delete form as delete, and the name is going to be the delete itself. Okay, so after that, what I'm going to do is go inside this index.html. I'm just going to copy this one and tag. Okay, so I'm just doing control C. Over here I'll just do control V, and this closing anchor tag over control C, and I'm going to paste it over here. In place of update, I'm just providing it the delete. Okay, so delete it. After that, I need to go to the index.html. I have already done this thing, so okay, that's okay. Let me show you. Now let me go over here, let me go to here. Okay, so now if I click this delete, okay, so it must show me some error. It is not. So if I click on this edit, it is working. So if I go on this delete, it is not working. Why it is not working? So this is a delete, delete. delete. Let me just do control B. That's okay. I.id. So over here there was closing tag, so if I remove this one, and now if I click on this delete, okay, I need to do control shift R. If I hit on this delete, so it will show me some error, okay. So you need to understand this error, okay. So it is looking for the inside the generic app, it is looking for detail confirm delete, okay. So it is looking for this file, but it has not got this file, okay. So for this, what you need to do is inside the templates you need to create one folder, okay. So let me create a folder name as generic app, okay. So over here we need to name our file as detail confirm. I'm just going to copy it, okay. So I'm going to come inside my Visual Studio and just paste it over there, okay. So I'm just going to paste it over there. After that, what I'm going to do is just copy whatever that was present in my update to confirm delete.html, whatever that is present in my form.html. I'm just going to copy it and I'm just going to paste it in my, so let me do control Z form.html. So let me do control A, control C. Let me go over here and let me just paste it over here, okay. So after that you have got this all these things. After the CSRF token, what you need to say is just say, do you want to delete this data, okay. So after that let me provide this as success, let's say danger, and let me provide the value as delete, okay. Let me see what it will say now. Let me do refresh. So it is showing me, do you want to delete this data? So what I have written, do you want to delete this data, and if I click that submit button, so it should delete my information. So if I click on this delete one, so it is deleting my that team updated thing, okay. So now if I again do delete over here and if I click on this delete, so it is deleting all the things that are present in my database, okay. So we have seen the CRUD operation using the generic view, okay. So this generic view is made to make our process much more faster, okay. So I am teaching you, that's why it's took me around 1 hour to do this operation. So if you once understand this whole process, then you can do all this method, all this process in just 20 to 25 minutes, okay. So this is a very fast way of creating the applications, okay. So we use a generic view, as we have said previously also. We have what we have said, we will use this generic view for the faster development and the maintainability of the code, okay. So by just okay, let me go to the views.py. Over here we can just do this much and all these things will be done for you, okay. So we have used this list view, create view, update view, delete view, okay. So we have seen this generic view also, okay. For now I think that's much for today. So if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel, and if you have any confusion regarding this, don't hesitate to comment, write your comment in the comment section. Okay, so have a nice day and goodbye.